When we think of Indian music, we often expect to hear the contemporary Bollywood sounds. Nistha Raj, however, offers a different flavor to Indian music with an instrument she met when she was only 9 years old.
I started playing violin in the after-school program when I was in the 5th grade, and it was just sort of something my best friend at the time wanted to do, and she thought it'd be fun for us to do it together. When I started playing the violin, I just instantly connected with it. The idea of having a vehicle to express my feelings and also a place to retreat when the world got too crazy and just enjoy that. It was something that really gave me a lot of solace and a space for me to feel safe.
Although Nishtha's initial training in music began with Western classical violin, she was always curious about exploring the aspects of her culture she was exposed to, specifically Indian classical music.
So I always say my mother was my first teacher, even though she wasn't a musician herself. But in our home, she introduced me to Bollywood music and a lot of religious music, which at that time for me was sort of my first exposure to music that had elements of Indian classical. My mother was also very religious, so music was a huge part of my life in terms of how we prayed, and we went to temple a lot, so I started playing music in the temple. So that kind of sparked my interest in the music.
To immerse herself in Indian music and culture, following her college graduation, Nishtha traveled to India to study the oldest form of Indian classical music, Drupad.
It was also a really beautiful experience for me. It really taught me a lot about myself, life, and just being able to be absorbed in that music that I was so desperate to absorb myself, just being in the root of it all, and the culture and connecting with my own heritage was a very special point in my life.
Nishtha is also known for her skills in blending Western and Eastern music with a mix of beatbox, jazz, and rock, which isn't something we are used to hearing in Indian classical music. Her ability to mix Eastern classical music with modern sounds would serve her well when she joined the Strathmore Artist-in-Residence Program in 2013.
Part of the program is to collaborate with your co-artists in residence, so that was a very great experience because my music, for me, I write and compose music that's rooted in Indian classical, but really I feel most connected to when I'm creating music that brings in different genres and collaboration with other artists. So that experience at Strathmore was sort of another opportunity for me to really explore those intersections and, that part of my music as well. I really appreciate the support I have received being a resident here in Montgomery County to further my creative and artistic mission.
So District of Raga is a volunteer-run organization that was founded in 2017, which focused on presenting and preserving the culture of India, specifically music.
Nishtha wants to keep expanding the space she created for the purpose of musical dialogue and community within the DMV area.
If I can grow that organization to really support other artists and be a place where people can come if they want to know more about Indian classical music and just meet each other to collaborate, to practice together. But that community developing is something that is really important to me, and I hope that I can expand that to Montgomery County as well and make sure that it is available and it continues on.